Okay guys, what's the best way of getting in a decent shape as quick as possible? It's looking at your approach to training. Now, a lot of the time we go to a gym because we feel we have to go to a gym, and we feel like the only way that we're going to get some form of results is kind of adapting ourselves to how a gym is set up. So that's mostly like a bodybuilding style approach of doing one muscle group one day, or maybe a couple of muscle groups each day, like maybe back and biceps, or shoulders and triceps, or chest and back, or just legs, or whatever it may be, because that's how gyms are set out. So we feel like we have to be like a hamster and go round to one machine to another machine to another machine to another machine. And it's quite monotonous. You can't control the environment. There's lots going on. It can be quite overwhelming, and we feel like we're kind of getting nowhere fast. If that's kind of relatable to you, then you want to follow this advice instead. Just pick 3 movements, okay? And those movements want to be one big compound movement, something like a squat, a hinge, a press, something where you're using multiple muscle groups and joints in one go. And that wants to be your focus piece. That could be something where you do it in a 5x5 or a 4x10, or whatever your goal being is for that day, or your overall focus. Then you want to move into something maybe more of an isolated upper body movement, like it could be a machine or just dumbbells, depending on what's at your disposal. So something like a bench press, or a dumbbell bench press, or like a row, or whatever you feel you need will benefit that main compound movement you did. And then you want to pick an opposing accessory exercise, like maybe lower body. And again, you want to do the same thing. And this time you want to keep the reps a little bit higher and sets a little bit lower. So we're kind of going more for a hypertrophy kind of approach. And then once you've got those 3 movements in, and also because you're limiting your overall exercise selection, you'll want to make sure that every rep you do is executed as perfectly as possible. Then you may just want to finish off with a little bit of CV work. So you could jump on a static bike, a rower or something, and either keep it simple at a zone 2 level for a period of time of like 10, 15 to 20 minutes, or go at it a little bit harder in like an interval approach, where you may be working for 40 seconds, moderately hard, with a 20-second rest for like a 10-minute period. And that is just a really, really simple way of formatting something you could do maybe 3 times a week without fuss, confusion, or hassle. And by doing that and increasing the intensity and the load and the kind of intention week on, that can get you some level of decent results. Hope it helps.